In this problem, we were solving a triangle that was in the second quadrant, and some of our answers were negative. Cosine and tangent, secant and cotangent were negative, but sine and cosecant were positive. So we're gonna dig into that a little bit more. We're gonna use this acronym, All Students Take Calculus. All the trig functions in the first quadrant are positive. In the second quadrant, only sine and its reciprocal, cosecant, are positive. In the third quadrant, tangent and cotangent are positive. And in the fourth quadrant, cosine and secant are positive. So if we were to do a problem, the secant of theta is root 3, and the sine of theta is less than 0. So secant is positive, sine is negative. Where does that occur? Here in the fourth quadrant. Determine the 6 trig functions of theta and then determine theta to the nearest degree. So we're going to be working in degrees. So let's say we have the secant of theta. Well, that's easy. So we've got our trig functions sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, the reciprocal of sine, secant, and cotangent. Now we already know that the secant is root 3, which would tell us that the cosine is the reciprocal of that, or root 3 over 3. But for the other ones, we may want to kind of think this through, and you can always draw a picture to help you. So our angle theta is going to go like that, something like that, and here is our reference triangle. So the secant is root 3, so that means the hypotenuse over the adjacent is root 3. So let's call this root 3 and let's call that 1. We want to figure out what this is, and we're going to call that y. So we would do 3 minus 1 and the square root of that. That means y, well, that means it's root 2, but y is going to be negative root 2. So if y is negative root 2 and the hypotenuse is root 3, our sine is going to be negative root 2 over root 3, which we can rationalize and get negative root 6 over 3. And our tangent is going to be opposite over adjacent, root 2 over 1, or just root 2. Our cosecant will be the reciprocal of this, negative root 3 over root 2, or negative root 6 over 2 when we rationalize it. And our cotangent will be 1 over root 2, also known as root 2 over 2. Ta-da! I want you guys to try 2 and 3, and we will talk through those in the next video. Good luck!